Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a question that may change the way you live from this moment forward. How do you begin your day? Do you wake up feeling scattered, lost in distractions before your feet even touch the ground? Or do you rise with clarity, purpose, and a heart filled with expectation? You see, every great achievement, every life of impact, every moment of true peace, it all begins in the quiet place of the morning. What you do in those first moments of the day determines the kind of person you will become. And that's why today I want to give you 5 powerful habits, simple but life-changing practices that will transform the way you wake up, the way you walk through life, and the way you fulfill your calling. Stay with me until the end, because these 5 habits are not just good ideas. They are the key to unlocking a life of purpose, strength, and joy. And if you take hold of them, if you make them your own, I promise you your life will never be the same again. Habit 1. Begin with gratitude and prayer. Before you check your phone, before you let the worries of the day take hold, take a moment to pause. Thank God for the gift of life. In that moment, whisper a prayer. Seek wisdom, seek strength, seek peace. Because when you acknowledge something greater than yourself, you will find power beyond yourself. Habit 2. Move your body, renew your strength. Your body is a temple, and how you treat it in the morning will set the tone for the entire day. Stretch, go for a walk, take deep breaths, whatever it takes to wake up your physical self. When your body is strong, your mind follows. Habit 3, feed your mind before the world does. The world will fill your mind with noise, fear, and distractions if you let it. But before you check the news, before you scroll through endless distractions, start your day with wisdom. Read something that uplifts your soul, something that sharpens your mind. Fill yourself with truth, and you'll walk through the day with confidence. Habit 4, plan your day with purpose. Without a vision, people wander aimlessly, but those who rise in the morning and set their course walk with direction. Take a few moments to write down what truly matters today. When you live with intention, your day won't be wasted. Habit 5, seek to serve, not just to succeed. Most people wake up thinking, what do I need to get done today? But what if you started each morning asking, who can I bless today? It may be a kind word, a simple act of love, or a moment of encouragement. But when you begin your day with a heart to serve, you will never lack for joy. My friends, the way you start your morning is the way you start your life. If you build these 5 habits into your daily routine, you won't just have better mornings, you will have a transformed life. So I challenge you, start tomorrow with these 5 habits. Make them part of your day, and watch as peace, clarity, and purpose fill your life like never before. God bless you. Every day begins the same way. The first few moments after waking up, it's in these moments that we set the course for everything that follows. The way we start the day determines the energy we carry, the mindset we adopt, and the direction we take. If we wake up aimless, scattered, and consumed by distractions, the rest of our day will likely reflect that. But if we begin our morning with intentionality, strength, and purpose, our entire life takes on a different course. Think about a building. Its strength is found in its foundation. Without a solid foundation, no matter how beautifully constructed the walls may be, they will eventually crumble. The same is true for our lives. If we wake up and immediately allow stress, social media, or the chaos of the world to dictate our first thoughts, we are building our day on a foundation of instability. But when we take control of the morning, we take control of our lives. The most successful, disciplined, and fulfilled individuals have one thing in common. They protect their mornings. They understand that the first moments of the day are sacred. They refuse to let outside forces dictate their mindset. They wake up with a plan. They engage in habits that strengthen their mind, body, and soul, and they step into their day with clarity. This is not a coincidence. It is a conscious choice. Too many people live reactively rather than proactively. They wake up and immediately respond to notifications, emails, and urgent demands. From the very start, they are on defense rather than offense. They are pulled in 100 directions before they even get out of bed. This is why so many feel overwhelmed, exhausted, and unfocused. They never give themselves a chance to take control of the day because they never establish a foundation that allows them to do so. Imagine the difference if, instead of immediately reaching for distractions, you took the first moments of your morning to pause, reflect, and prepare yourself mentally and spiritually. Imagine waking up with gratitude, taking deep breaths, and setting your intentions before the world demands anything from you. Imagine training your body, nourishing your mind, and centering your heart before the pressures of life even have a chance to weigh you down. This shift, though simple, is life-changing. Many people wait for the right time to change their lives, not realizing that the right time begins in the first few minutes of their day. The strength they seek, the focus they long for, the peace they desire, it's all within reach. It starts with building a morning foundation that is unshakable. If you want to change your life, don't start next year, next month, or even next week. Start tomorrow morning, every day. From the moment we open our eyes, we face a choice: to be led by discipline or to be ruled by distraction. Most people don't even realize they are making this choice. They wake up, reach for their phones, scroll through endless notifications, and allow the outside world to dictate their thoughts before they have even taken a breath. The problem is not just the distractions themselves. It's that they take over before discipline has a chance to take root. And if distraction wins in the morning, it often wins the entire day. Discipline is not about rigid rules or strict routines. It's about having the strength to direct your own life rather than letting outside forces control you. It's about waking up with intention, making conscious choices, and following through with the habits that lead to growth. It's easy to hit the snooze button. It's easy to waste time scrolling, to put off the important things, and to allow comfort to override commitment. But comfort will never lead you to greatness. Discipline will. The most successful people in history, those who have achieved remarkable things, are not necessarily the most talented, the most gifted, or even the luckiest. They are the ones who mastered discipline. They understood that every morning is a battleground between what is easy and what is right. They knew that distraction, if not controlled, would pull them away from their purpose. And so they chose day after day to win that battle. The challenge is that we live in a world designed to pull us away from discipline. We are surrounded by distractions, notifications, messages, and entertainment, all designed to capture our attention. The world is not going to make discipline easy for you. No one is going to wake you up and force you to do what you need to do. No one is going to take your phone away and remind you to focus. That choice belongs to you. Discipline is built in the small, unseen moments. It's built when you wake up and decide to get out of bed instead of hitting snooze. It's built when you resist the urge to check your phone and instead take a moment to set your intentions for the day. It's built when you choose to start your morning with a productive habit instead of falling into mindless distractions. Every small act of discipline strengthens you for greater challenges ahead. At first, it may feel difficult. Discipline is like a muscle. It takes effort to build. But over time, as you exercise it daily, it becomes second nature. What once felt like a struggle will become a source of strength. What once required motivation will become a habit. And when discipline leads your mornings, it will lead your entire life. The moment your eyes open in the morning, you are given a gift, a brand new day, But how often do we stop to recognize it? How often do we wake up not with frustration or anxiety, but with a heart full of gratitude? Too many people start their mornings rushing, complaining, or stressing about the day ahead, never realizing that the way they begin will determine the path they walk. But those who start with gratitude and prayer step into their day with strength, peace, and purpose. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a choice. It is the decision to focus on what is good, what is right, and what is already a blessing. No matter what challenges lie ahead, no matter what struggles you may be facing, there is always something to be thankful for. The breath in your lungs, the ability to move, the opportunity to live another day. These are things we often take for granted. But when you wake up and acknowledge them, you shift your entire perspective. Gratitude turns what you have into enough. It turns worry into worship. It changes the way you see the world. But gratitude alone is not enough. It must be paired with something greater, prayer. Because while gratitude acknowledges what we have, prayer connects us to the one who provides it all. When you begin your morning with prayer, you are not just stepping into another day. You are inviting divine wisdom, strength, and guidance into everything you do. Too many people try to handle life on their own, carrying burdens they were never meant to carry. But when you take a moment each morning to pray, you are reminded that you are not alone. Prayer does not have to be complicated. It does not require fancy words or long speeches. It is simply opening your heart, giving thanks, seeking wisdom, and surrendering your worries. It is asking for clarity where there is confusion, for peace where there is fear, and for strength where there is weakness. Prayer sets the tone for your day because it recenters your heart on what truly matters. The world will try to fill your morning with noise, distractions, and stress. It will try to pull you in 100 directions before you have even had a moment to breathe. But when you choose to start with gratitude and prayer, you take control of your day before the world has a chance to. You decide to walk in peace instead of pressure, in faith instead of fear. And that choice will shape everything that follows. Your body is not just a vessel that carries you through life. It is the foundation of your energy, your focus, and your ability to fulfill your purpose. Too many people start their day sluggish, stiff, and exhausted, not because they lack motivation, but because they have not given their bodies what they need to function at their best. The way you treat your body in the morning sets the tone for how you will feel, think, and perform throughout the day. That is why physical renewal must be a priority, not an afterthought. From the moment you wake up, your body is waiting for direction. If you allow it to remain in a state of fatigue, it will carry that heaviness throughout the day. But if you move, stretch, and breathe deeply, you awaken energy that fuels everything else. Your blood starts flowing, your muscles loosen, your brain becomes alert, and you step into the day with strength rather than sluggishness. Even a few minutes of movement can change everything. Whether it's stretching, a short walk, deep breathing, or an intense workout, the key is to activate your body so that it can support you fully. People often underestimate the power of movement, thinking of exercise only in terms of fitness goals or appearance. But it is so much more than that. Physical renewal is about preparing your body to serve you well. It is about honoring the gift of health, increasing your mental clarity, and releasing the tension that builds up from the moment you wake. The mind and body are deeply connected. When you move your body, your mind follows. It becomes clearer, sharper, and more focused. That's why those who prioritize physical renewal in the morning are more productive, more energetic, and more resilient to stress. But movement alone is not enough. Your body also needs nourishment. The first thing you put into your body matters. If you start your day filling yourself with junk, whether it's unhealthy food or just dehydration, you will feel the effects for hours. But when you nourish your body with water, healthy food, and deep breaths, you give it the fuel it needs to carry you through the day with endurance and vitality. It is not about dieting or restriction. It is about giving your body what it was designed to receive so that it can perform the way it was meant to. The problem is that most people ignore this. They live in a constant state of exhaustion, relying on caffeine, stimulants, or sheer willpower to push through the day. But the body is not designed to function on depletion. It is meant to be renewed, refreshed, and strengthened daily. And when you take those first moments in the morning to prioritize physical renewal, you are not just making yourself feel better for the moment. You are investing in a stronger, more focused, and more powerful version of yourself. Every morning, before the world fills your mind with noise, opinions, and distractions, you have a choice. Will you start your day with wisdom, or will you allow chaos to take the lead? The thoughts you allow into your mind first thing in the morning set the course for how you think, how you feel, and how you respond to everything that comes your way. If you don't take control of what fills your mind, something else will. Most people wake up and immediately reach for their phones. They check messages, scroll through social media, or dive into the latest news. Without realizing it, they let the outside world shape their thoughts before they have even had a moment to think for themselves. Fear, anxiety, comparison, and stress take root before they've even gotten out of bed. This is why so many people feel overwhelmed, distracted, and mentally exhausted before their day has even begun. But it doesn't have to be this way. Imagine starting your day by feeding your mind with something that strengthens you instead of something that drains you. Instead of scrolling through negativity, you could read something that inspires you. Instead of consuming mindless entertainment, you could listen to something that sharpens your perspective. Instead of letting the world tell you who you should be, you could fill your mind with truth that reminds you of who you already are. Wisdom does not come naturally. It must be pursued. It must be sought out. The most successful, peaceful, and purpose-driven people are not those who simply react to life, but those who intentionally fill their minds with knowledge, understanding, and truth. They know that wisdom is like a lamp that guides their path, helping them navigate life's challenges with clarity instead of confusion. This habit does not require hours of study or complicated routines. It can be as simple as reading a few pages of a book that challenges your thinking. It can be listening to an uplifting podcast, meditating on a meaningful passage, or journaling thoughts that help you process life with a clearer mind. The key is not how much time you spend. It is the consistency with which you do it. Because here's the truth. Your mind will be filled with something every single morning. If you do not intentionally choose wisdom, distractions will choose you. If you do not decide to focus on what builds you up, the world will pull you toward what tears you down. The difference between a mind that is clear, focused, and strong versus a mind that is scattered, anxious, and overwhelmed is simply this: what you choose to feed it. So, the question is, what are you putting into your mind at the start of each day? Are you filling it with wisdom, or are you letting the noise of the world take over? The answer to that question will determine not just how your morning goes, but how your entire life unfolds. Every day brings a new opportunity. An opportunity to grow, to make an impact, and to move closer to the person you were meant to be. But too many people drift through their days without direction, reacting to whatever comes their way instead of taking control. That's why planning your day with purpose is not just a good habit. It is essential for a life of meaning and success. Without a plan, time slips away, energy is wasted, and distractions take over. But with a plan, every hour has a purpose, every step has direction, and your life moves forward with intention. Planning does not mean rigid schedules or overwhelming to-do lists. It means taking a few quiet moments in the morning to ask yourself, what truly matters today? What are the priorities that align with my purpose? What is one thing I can do that will move me forward, no matter how small? By setting an intention for your day, you take control of your time instead of letting time control you. But there is something even greater than personal success, and that is the impact you make on others. Too often, people start their day thinking about what they need to accomplish, what they need to gain, or what problems they need to solve. But what if, instead of only thinking about ourselves, we began each morning asking, who can I serve today? Who needs encouragement? Who can I bless with kindness? Who can I help, even in the smallest way? Service is not about grand gestures. It is about daily acts of love and kindness. It could be a simple word of encouragement, a thoughtful action, or taking the time to truly listen to someone. The most fulfilled people in life are not those who only chase their own success, but those who seek to lift others along the way. The more you give, the richer your life becomes, not in material things, but in purpose, joy, and deep satisfaction. When you combine these two habits, planning and service, you create a life that is both structured and meaningful. You wake up with a sense of direction, knowing that your time is being used wisely, and you walk through your day with a heart open to others, knowing that every interaction is an opportunity to make a difference. A well-planned day is not just about personal achievement. It is about making the world a little better because you were in it. The way you start your morning is the way you shape your life. If you begin your day with purpose, if you take control of your time, and if you seek to serve rather than just succeed, you will find that life becomes more than just a series of tasks. It becomes a journey of impact, fulfillment, and true joy. Every morning you stand at a crossroads. You can choose to drift through your days, reacting to whatever comes your way, or you can choose to take control, to build your life with intention, and to set a foundation that leads to purpose, strength, and fulfillment. The 5 habits we've discussed, gratitude and prayer, physical renewal, feeding your mind with wisdom, planning with purpose, and living with a heart of service, are not just morning routines. They are the building blocks of a transformed life. When you wake up with gratitude, you start your day with a heart full of appreciation rather than anxiety. When you renew your body through movement and nourishment, you prepare yourself to take on the challenges ahead with energy and strength. When you fill your mind with wisdom instead of distractions, you give yourself clarity and direction. When you plan with intention, you stop wasting time and start walking toward your goals. And when you choose to serve others, you unlock a life of deeper joy and fulfillment that no amount of personal success can ever replace. These habits will not change your life overnight, but over time, they will shape you into a person of discipline, focus, and impact. Each morning is a fresh start, a new opportunity to grow, to improve, and to step into the life you were meant to live. So I leave you with this challenge. Tomorrow morning, begin differently. Before the world rushes in, before distractions steal your attention, take control. Start your day with gratitude. Move your body. Feed your mind. Plan with intention. Look for ways to serve. Do this and watch how your life begins to change. one morning at a time.